Kelim Perik Aleph, Mishnah base. In Mishnah Aleph, we listed the Avos HaTumas, the basic level of Avos HaTumas, which were only able to be metame simply b'maga. Now we're upping the power, so to speak, and we're going to level 2 of the Avos HaTumas, and they have all the powers of the first level of Avos HaTumas plus one more. Says the Mishnah, Lemala mehem, short list, nevela umei chatos shesh behem kedei hazoya. A nevela is a carcass of a dead animal. If the animal is a kosher animal, then it's only if the animal wasn't shechted. If the animal is a behemoth tamea, a treifa animal, then it doesn't make a difference whether it was shechted or not. As long as it's dead, it's got a din nevela. And huadin, if we don't have the whole animal, we just have a kazayas of the animal, we've still got our kazayas nevela, which is metame. Umei chatos yesh behem kedei hazoya. Again, we had this in Mishnah Aleph where we had mei chatos she'ein behem kedei hazoya. Now we're dealing with the waters mixed with the ashes of the para aduma. If there is a shear of kedei hazoya, then it's an avatuma, but stronger than the mei chatos she'ein behem kedei hazoya. These avos hatumas, says the Mishnah, she'metamim esa odom b'masa. They are able to be metame an odom b'masa. This needs a little bit of an explanation. Let's always deal for this Mishnah and for this Perek, and in fact for the whole Mesechta and Seder, we will always deal with the terms there is a metame and there is a mekabel. The standard way for the metame to be metame the mekabel is through simple physical direct contact called maga. These avos hatumas mentioned in this Mishnah have the added power that not only can they be metame b'maga, they are also metame b'masa. Masa is a situation where the mekabel, who must be human, lifts, or even without lifting, moves the metame. There has to be some sort of physical contact, although not direct. In other words, we have to exclude blowing. Blowing without physically touching the metame does not make the mekabel tome. So, for instance, if a person were to lift, or even to kick, a bag on the floor, and in that bag was a kazayas of nevela, for instance, a kazayas of a McDonald's beef burger, then the mekabel, if he's a man, has now become tome because he has been noisei the nevela. It only applies to a mekabel who is human. A mekabel that's a kli cannot be mekabel tuma by being noisei. And that's what the Mishnah says, she'metamim es ha'odom b'masa. Then the Mishnah carries on with two more words, l'tameh begodim, and is now introducing another complication to tumas masa, called tumas begodim. When a person is mekabel tuma through masa, for instance, if he were to move or lift a piece of nevela, then not only does he become a rishon atuma, but all begodim and kelim that he is touching at that moment also become a rishon like him and with him. And according to most mefarshim, that's only kelim and begodim that his skin is actually in contact with. For instance, his tie would not become tome through tumas begodim. Then the Mishnah says, "V'chasuche begodim b'maga." With these particular avos hatumas, it's only the masa method of transmission of tuma which is able to pass through and be metame begodim. But had he just touched the nevela without moving it, in other words, pure maga, then the tuma does not go through to his begodim and kelim. But there are other avos hatumas later on in the Perek where they are so strict that tumas begodim applies to both masa and maga. Says the Mishnah, v'chasuche begodim b'maga. However, in the case of maga, the begodim are denied the tumah. There's no tumas begodim with maga in the case of nevela and mechatos sheyesh ben kedei hazoya. This was a little bit complicated, so let's try and give a practical example which will sum up all the details of this Mishnah. Imagine you have a man, and the man is wearing a glove. He is carrying, with his gloved hand, a plate. On the plate is a cloth napkin. On the cloth napkin is a kazayas of McDonald's beef burger. So we have the man, the glove, the plate, the cloth, and the nevela. The easiest one, of course, is the cloth napkin, because the cloth napkin, being a kli, being a beged, has directly touched the nevela, and therefore, of course, the cloth napkin is a rishon l'tumah. Now, the man who has not physically touched the nevela, but has carried the nevela, he's moved, he's carried the plate on which there is a nevela. Therefore, he is a noiseh nevela, and therefore he will also become a rishon l'tumah. The glove, and who had in all his other clothes and kלים which he is touching, will also become a rishon l'tumah, not because the glove carried the nevela, because the glove is touching the man that became tomei through masa, and the rule is that when a man becomes tomei through masa, the tumah flows through to his begodim. So the cloth and the man and the glove will all become a rishon l'tumah under this rule. However, the plate will remain tahor, because the plate has not been in physical contact with the nevela, and there's no tumas masa with kלים. So you cannot say that the plate has been noiseh the nevela.